Hey, here we go. Welcome to the DKM Plush boxing channel. Today we have WBU European lightweight champion coming onto the Insta Live to discuss his out and out war with the legendary Triple M that went down. It went down Friday, 9th of Feb. A ridiculous fight. A fight of the ages. It's not often the Gunman is speechless. But during that fight, I had no ammunition. Lost for words. Let's get these boys in. We've got Jay Malley and we've got his coach coming into the live. Let me just get them on. Hopefully you join us. Mr. Malley.
How are you? All right?
Hold on. Let me just get this positioned a bit better. How are you?
I'm good.
Can you see me a bit better? You well?
Yeah, I'm good, man. What about you?
Yeah, I'm in brilliant shape, mate. You've recovered well.
Man, I took 2 days off after the fight, but I'm back training now, man.
Mate, you must be like a superhero. You just draw blood and it just heals back again.
Tough fight, man. Nah, it was a proper tough fight, man.
Mate, that was unbelievable. Unbelievable, mate. Is Chaz on his way?
Yeah, I think Shaz is just gonna jump on now. Should be.
I'll wait for him because I've got. Listen, we've got a lot to talk. We've got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot to talk about. Haven't we? You know what I mean? We could be here all night.
Yeah, Shaz is in the live.
Here he is. He's coming. We could be here all night, Mally.
No, man.
Talking about that fight. Hold on. Here he is. Let's get him in. Yes.
How are you doing?
Yes, Chaz. Beautiful. It's an absolute pleasure to have you both on.
You too, mate. Good speaking to you.
Yeah, thank you. So listen, welcome to the DKM Plus boxing channel. I am Wesley the Gunman Graham, a former champion on the show. I've also boxed at the O2 as a main event on the show, and I'm now a presenter and commentator for DKM Plush, and I also have my own chat show, Gunman_boxing. Down here, for anyone who does not know this man, you need to get to know this man. This is a new WBU European lightweight champion who was involved in one of the greatest battles in unlicensed boxing that went down on February the 9th on Friday at the Indigo O2. And next to him is his coach, the mastermind, the highly rated Chaz. He is a tactician. He is a calculator. He is a guy that works everything out. And here we are on this live to be able to discuss what went down on Friday. We want to know their plans for the future. And any questions that you guys have, you pop in here and I will ask them. So firstly, starting with you, Mally. The brand new WBU European lightweight champion. How does that sound?
Yeah, it feels good, man. I'm just glad that I had a tough fight because I learned a lot from that fight, and fight, man.
Yeah. Are you? How are you feeling?
The next day I wasn't feeling too good, but I started training again on Monday, so I feel good now, man. I feel good again.
Beautiful. Listen, it was a razor close fight. Some people felt Triple M won. Some people felt you won. Some people felt it was a draw. Personally, I felt you won. I thought, and everyone on the commentary team that night felt you did enough to nick it. And I've watched it back and I felt you nicked it. I've watched it back about 3 or 4 times now, and I was there live, of course. And I felt you won rounds 1, 4, and 5. I felt 3 was his, and maybe 2. How did you feel when it was getting announced? Did you feel that you'd won?
Yeah, 100%. I knew it was very close, but I felt like I did enough to win. And then, especially watching it back, I definitely thought it was a close fight.
Yeah, but you thought you'd won, yeah?
Round one, I'd score it the same as you. Round one, he won the second, the third, fourth round. I won, and I knew I'd win the last round, and I won the.
Yeah, Shaz, did you see it the same as me and Mally?
Yeah, I thought it was a very close fight. There were some rounds that were hard to score, but I thought, you know what it is, because it was, to be honest, because it was an away show. When they're close rounds, I always kind of say to the fighter that think of it as you probably not won that round, because if it's a close round, there's a good chance it's going to go in the home fighter's favour. But even saying that, I still had Jay up 3-2. I think he finished the stronger. I think Salah did start quite fast, but I think Jay was one that finished strong, and I would have scored it 3-2 rounds. Would have been fair to say, but each round was close. But I just think that as the fight went on, Salah started to fade a little bit, and Jay started to pick it up more. And I think that the last round in particular, Jay finished really strong, and I think he won that convincingly. And I think that's the round that probably won him the fight. Then,
yeah. Well, we're all seeing it the same way, which is a start. Yeah. It's a good start, isn't it? So that means that we won't spend all night arguing, at least.
But I was saying earlier, I was saying to some of the guys after, but it all comes down to interpretation as well, isn't it? It depends what the judges are looking for as well. Sometimes judges look for who's the aggressor. Sometimes judges will be looking at who lands the better shots. So it can all come down to interpretation as well. That's why it was a split decision, because obviously one judge obviously scored it in his favour, and the other 2 judges scored it in Jay's favour. But I think you could tell at the end of the fight, I think Salah probably knew deep down that he had lost the fight even before the decision was made, because you can see their corner, they knew it was a close fight, but I could tell they thought Jay edged it as well.
Yeah, I think it was fair. I was thinking, the best Triple M could hope for was a draw. I felt it was. I didn't think he'd won it. I thought, if he'd got out with a draw, I think then no one would have grumbled, sort of thing. But I didn't think he did enough to win it on the night. On the night, I gave Mally 2 clear rounds, and then on the night, I gave him 2 clear rounds, and I was thinking the other 3 were close, and I went with Mally on that. When I've watched it back, I can give him 3 clear rounds, I think.
Yeah.
Chaz, would you say that was? Did you expect Triple M to be Mally's toughest fight?
Who, me?
Yeah. Did you expect Triple M to be your toughest assignment yet?
So sorry, is that asking me or Jay?
Yeah, sorry, that's to you, Chaz.
Okay, so I didn't think that Triple M would be his toughest fight, and the main reason behind that was I knew Triple M was an aggressive fighter, come forward fighter, but there was 2 things that I thought favoured Jay quite a bit in this fight. And first thing being is that Triple M, his natural weight I think is about 58 kg. Even when he weighed in, I think it was about 58 kg. And Jay cuts down to about 60, 61, and he's quite strong even at that weight. So I thought, if it was going to go toe to toe, which I expected it to be toe to toe, I thought Jay would just wear him down because he's going to be the bigger, stronger, and fitter fighter.
Interesting.
I actually, I'll be honest with you, I probably underestimated Triple M, because I thought there was a good chance that Jay would actually stop him. As the fight went on, especially with having that kind of little bit of weight advantage, and that Jay's fitness is very good. He don't tend to slow down. If anything, as the rounds go on, he picks it up even more so. So I thought that he could have stopped him. So I was kind of quite. It was kind of I guess it made it for a really good fight, but I didn't expect him to be his toughest fight. So I was a bit shocked to see.
He was a bit surprised. Yeah.
Because he took some good shots. A lot of people would not have been able to take those shots. He took some strong shots. Jay caught some clean uppercuts, and he carried on coming forward. So hats off to him. You can tell he's a tough fighter. You can tell he put the work in beforehand, because if he didn't put the work in beforehand, he weren't gonna able to kind of continue at that pace. So he's put in the work, and he did make it one of Jay's toughest fights, 100%.
Yeah, I've got to say, the boxing purists, if you were asking anyone before the fight and you're asking someone, how is Triple M going to win? Most people that know their boxing would say he's going to outwork Mali, he's going to rough him up on the inside, and that's his route to victory. And I must say, Mali, I underestimated you completely. You were composed on the inside, you boxed superbly on the inside, and you matched him for work rate. And I think not just me underestimated that in you, I think everyone underestimated it, because I'm saying the fact that everyone felt the way that Triple M could beat you was that method. And that method, it weren't no thing for you. Did you, Mali, a question for you, Mali, were you hurt at all in the fight?
The third round, looking back, in the fight, I didn't feel hurt. As I've watched the fight, I've realised, in the third round, he's caught me. I was a bit dazed, but
yeah,
I showed my heart.
Yeah, I think I saw it on commentary. I said, oh, it's Mali hurt.
Yeah.
Was that the punch?
Yeah, I hit him with the right hand, and it just like dazed me a bit. And then I've covered up, and he hit me with an uppercut, and I'm like, but nah. And then the next round, I come back stronger.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, you certainly did, mate. You certainly did. Did again? I mentioned a few times that when someone going into that fight, you were 22-0. So there is not much that you at this level that you haven't seen. When you're 22-0, you've pretty much negotiated all situations in the ring. Did he surprise you with anything at all in that fight, Mali?
Just to be fair, he did match the work. I worked normally after that pace. People they don't want to do. They don't he just forward, man.
Yeah. So, Shaz, just a quick question for you, Shaz. So you witnessed a toe-to-toe battle unfolding, and you said you kind of expected a toe-to-toe battle.
Mm-hmm.
So can you let us know what the game plan was? Was it just go toe-to-toe with him?
Well, to be honest with you, so like you said, anyone that's watched Triple M would know he's going to come forward and he's going to want to fight toe-to-toe.
Yeah.
The thing is, that's what we wanted, because we know that Jay's toe-to-toe, Jay's strong, Jay's fit, and Jay will keep a high pace on the inside, all day long. And there's not many people that can match him on the inside at that high pace. So we did expect that, and our fight plan was to kind of stay on the inside with him, because we thought Jay was going to be the stronger person and the fitter person. So it was going to work in our favour. That's how we looked at it as. The only thing that I'd say that Triple M did good that didn't allow us to do what we wanted to do in parts of the fight is that our plan was, when he comes forward, we're happy to kind of stay toe to toe and work with him, and we thought we'd wear him down on the inside. But on the outside, we wanted to try outbox him, because we know he just wanted to kind of come on the inside and just kind of make it into a war. The thing that Triple M did quite well was close that distance really fast. So when he was on the outside, he'd kind of step in really fast with his punches. He wouldn't kind of stay on the outside. He'd close that distance really well. So our game plan was, when we're on the outside, just box him. But we had no kind of qualms kind of staying on the inside, going toe to toe, and really putting the work on him, especially on his body. Because we thought with those body shots in the early round, it's going to then make him fade during the later rounds. So the only thing that probably didn't go the way we kind of wanted to, apart from the fifth round, Jade showed it a bit, is a bit more of the boxing on the outside. I think he did do it in the fifth round, which was probably one of his better rounds. Out of all the fights, probably one of his best rounds, I'd say. But with Toto, we were happy to be there as well, because we thought the way that we looked at it as, Jay's a bigger fighter, the stronger fighter. In my opinion, he's going to be pushed that high pace all day long. We wanted to work the body. body on the early rounds, and then
Yeah,
we were expecting him to kind of fade during the later rounds. And to an extent, he did. He started off strong, and then as the rounds started to go on, he started to kind of drop that pace a little bit, and that's when Jay was able to push forward.
yeah, yeah. Does it worry you seeing your fighter in fights like that in terms of his longevity?
In terms of his longevity, you know what? Like
I mean,
obviously,
let's be
you want to take.
honest. You don't want to be in a fight like that very often.
So,
You
obviously,
know
when
what
you're
I
in
mean?
fights, you want the guys to take as least damage as possible. And to be honest with you, when Jay's fighting like that normally, as you've seen in his previous fight, he stops most of his opponents early. So most people can't hold that pace, and those fights don't go 5 rounds. If Jay's putting that pressure, that pace, and that kind of relentlessness in his fights, people are going to get stopped. So he's not going to be. Most people are not going to be able to hold that pace and pressure for 5 rounds. Salah, he was a tough opponent. He put in that work, and that's why he was able to kind of push that pace similar to him for those 5 rounds. So, the way that with Jay, he's able to work at high pace, high pressure, and when he's working at that high pace and high pressure, he stops most of his opponents. So we won't be expecting to kind of go like the distance with all of the fights that he goes in. But at the same time,
Yeah.
like I said, Jay can box on the outside as well. A lot of people haven't seen that yet. He boxes really well on the outside as well.
Yeah, no,
So
he did. He did when he won the Wicked and Bad lightweight title. I thought he boxed superbly on the outside in that fight.
see what you got to remember in
I
that
can't
fight.
remember the opponent now.
In that fight, you got to remember Jay had gone up in weight. He was fighting at 63 kg. So
Correct.
our whole game plan for that fight was to box. We didn't want to go toe to toe with that guy because he was a heavier fighter. So where we need to, we'll box. But where we think there's weakness on the inside, we'll put the pressure on.
Yeah, but I think there was people like me. I keep saying me, but fight fans that saw the fight. I can't remember the opponent's name. It was on the Wicked and Bad lightweight title fight. What's the guy's name again? Oh,
Sean
killing
Allen.
me.
Sean Allen.
That's it, Sean Allen. So everyone saw you fight against Sean Allen on that, and kind of felt that, oh right, he doesn't. He takes breaks. He likes to take breaks. He can't. Relentless pressure is going to trouble him, and he proved everyone wrong. And what's amazing is that Shaz, speaking with Shaz now, he knew that we all had it wrong. He knew, your coach knew we've all got it wrong. That he could match.
The main thing that Sean Allen fight is that he was like, even at 63 kg, he was quite a big guy.
Yeah.
So for us
and
to
a
that
southpaw, wasn't he?
Sorry.
And a southpaw, wasn't he?
But for us to push at that relentless pace, toe to toe with a bigger guy, it don't make sense. So our whole plan for that fight was to actually outbox him and move well on our feet.
Yeah. No, that absolutely makes sense. So Mali, we saw your hands all bruck up after the fight, and your face was all mashed up, and you weren't looking tip top. And I was thinking, Valentine's Day's coming up. You better get himself sorted out. How did you damage the hand?
No, I think like my hands were hurting second, and then after they were just all bruised. But they're all right now. Like, I've hit pads yesterday, today, so my hands are back to normal.
Yeah. Well, happy Valentine's. And so, what did you say to me on the side? So you looked over me. I can't even remember the round now, but it doesn't matter.
I think it was the last.
What did you say to me? You looked out of the ring on commentary, and you said something to me. What was it?
Said, yes, Gunman. I was just happy. I was just happy.
Yeah, I couldn't make it out, but for the supporters, I know they want to know. I know we've talked about it since, but yes, Gunman. Like he was in the hot kitchen, Shaz, and he had time to salute, real recognise real. That was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant. So Triple M has asked for an immediate rematch, and now obviously you have a fight coming up. You have a fight booked in on the 24th of February against Josh Tidman. Triple M wants a rematch. Question for Shaz. What's next for Mali after the Tidman fight?
Yeah. So we've got kind of like a clear plan for Jay, to be honest with you. So Jay, obviously, he wants to kind of progress with his career. So he's got to kind of start, taking it in a different direction. So his next fight with Josh next week will be his last fight on the unlicensed scene.
So he won't go back.
That,
He won't go back for a rematch with Triple M, in your opinion.
No,
Absolutely not.
With Jade, honestly, we've had quite a route plan for him, for a while now. So that Josh Tidman fight will be his last fight on the license scene. After that, he's going to go amateur for a season, and then we're going to be looking to switch him over to pro. So we've got some good people on board. Jay's been getting good sparring around with professional lads, and it only makes sense for us to work towards him going professional. So we've got we're really planning on really helping him progress in his career as a professional boxer. And the route that we've got to take to do that next is amateur for a season, and then we're going to look to go pro.
That's absolutely beautiful. And as you know, DKM Plush Promotions, on winning that fight, will sponsor your pro journey. So help pay for medicals and have a nice cheeky logo on your shorts, etc. I'd imagine. But yeah, I think all of us can't wait to see you as a pro, Jay. That'll be a fantastic journey to witness. So just for you, Shaz. So it was an impressive night for the team. Mm-hmm. You came down to London, came in our backyard, broke up a couple of our boys. That gym, Top Dog. They've got champions on our show on DKM Plush Promotions. They've kind of dominated 2023. And then you come here, you rip up the script, not in your minds, but in their minds. You beat down two of their best fighters with two of your best fighters. You must be impressed with the boys, Shaz.
Yeah, on the night, the boys put in good performances. And the thing I always say to guys, the thing is, the fights, I don't mean to say in a kind of cocky way or anything, but the fight's won before you step in the ring. I know with these guys, the amount of work they put in, there's not many people that are going to match them with that work rate. What I always tell the guys is, if you put in the work in the gym, if you put in the rounds, the sparring, the road work, if you put all this work in before you step in the ring, obviously you're going to put yourself in the best position to win, and the rest, in terms of the result, win, lose or draw, the way that I look at it, that's in God's hand. And your main thing is you will make a good account of yourself, because you already put the work in the gym. You're going to go in there and you're 100% going to put a good account of yourself. The result, that's down to God, the way that I look at it. So thankfully, we were able to get the result with both fighters on that day, and that's just a blessing. But the main part of it is what I'm impressed with the fighters is the work that they put in beforehand, the work that they put in the preparation. That's the impressive part, rather than the fight itself. The fight, we plan to win. We work to win. So once that work's put in, the rest, you go in there, do your best, and the results, the way that I look at it, is down to whatever God wills.
Yeah, I must say, Radu was again, you guys just ripped up the script, because, as I said, I like to think I know my boxing, and I was expecting a really close battle. Do you know what I mean? And he predicted midweek on socials a round one stoppage, and I kind of was like, yeah, nice one, mate. Yeah, nice one. And then he just delivered. And his punch power and his punch accuracy was just phenomenal. And he destroyed a very good fighter. Porter's a good fighter. He's on a 5-win streak. 5-win streak, double belt champion. He's not a mug, and he just destroyed him.
Yeah, with Radu.
Yeah, Radu just destroyed him. And is that his 4th or 5th first round knockout, isn't it?
I think that was his 6th first round knockout in a row. So his last 6 fights, he's won them all in the first round. Stopped his opponents. He's got a lot of power behind him at that weight.
So, I mean, mate, he looked like muscle on muscle. Yeah. I need to borrow that body, I think, especially Valentine's week. Yeah, no, he looked in great nick. He looked in great nick, and it's testimony to the work that you guys do. So what's next for him? I know you want to talk about this, Shaz, and this is the platform. What's next for him? Obviously, I know he's fighting on the same night against Brendan Collins. I expect he'll win that personally, and I'll come on to both those fights in a moment. Just a view from the London fans, just to give you another perspective. But yeah, go on. What would you like to do with Radu this year?
So I've had a chat with Radu after the fight, and he's asked to fight Triple M. Like, he's asked, obviously, all respect to Triple M. He's a good fighter. He's a humble guy. I like him, as a person and as a boxer. But obviously, with Radu, he wants to challenge himself, and he thinks that for him, the next best test for him is going to be now Triple M. So he's asked to fight Triple M. So
Down in London.
Sorry?
Down in London.
Down
in London.
Yeah, we really enjoyed that show. It was a really good show, and the venue and the whole event was really good. So
And
in London, perfect.
And the commentary
as well, yeah, perfect. Interview.
I'm joking, yeah. So Radu wants to bad up Triple M next.
Yeah, after I spoke to Radu, I did message DKM Promotion, and I've told them this is what he'd like to do if they want to, put the fight on their next show. Or I think they've said that they did kind of like say to me that obviously Triple M, the next show is going to be Ramadan, it's going to be fasting. But I think from what I've heard, they are going to be up for it on the following show after that. So we're happy to take that fight in London, and again give Radu another tough test.
Oh wow, that is mouth-watering for the spectators. What are you doing to me, Chaz? You're going to give me a heart attack, buddy. I'm not going to be able to cope. I'm not going to be able to cope this year with all these exciting fights.
With that fight,
that's unbelievable.
Hopefully it will. Like, Radu's got a very different style to Jay as well. Their styles are not the same.
Yeah. So again, I got him wrong. I didn't think he wasn't going to win. I thought that was a proper 50-50 fight with him and Porter. I thought what I'd seen of him, and you'll know this, you're his coach, he's quite wide. But the power on those levers is something else. Like, technically, you'll know as his coach, technically, he doesn't look the best. But the power that he generates from his shots.
Yeah. When you're going to go down, there's a lot of power in his shots. He generates a lot of power. So it's just, to be honest, a lot of the guys that he faces, once he catches them, they're gonna be in trouble.
Mali, give us a prediction for the Tidman fight.
I can't be bothered talking about him, man. I'm just gonna go beat him, and then that's it. Really, I'll put the work in. Like, that's it. I just can't be bothered talking.
Is he gonna see the final bell?
Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Well, I mean, I think looking, this is a perception from the London fight fans that you're going to win that fight. I think the fans, I just always, listen, I'm the gunman. There's no safety catch. There's no silencer. I'll tell it how it is. We feel that you'll win that fight. We feel your favourite anyway. I would say mainly because I don't think he fights well going backwards, personally. He starts with his feet going backwards. He's not that great going backwards. And you're going to come forward and stick it on him. Look, I might be wrong. Let's see. But I think you'll be favourite amongst the fans. Yeah,
I'm going every fight thinking it's going to be my hardest fight anyway. Like, I put the work in, so whatever he brings, I'm going to be ready for 100%.
Yeah, I mean, he's a dangerous fighter. He is a dangerous fighter, and everyone's a dangerous fighter at the level that you're fighting at now. And there is beef in there, from what I can see. There's beef. Can you tell us about that beef?
There's no beef from my side. Anyone can talk in it. I just can't be bothered. I'm just gonna go do my thing, man.
Yeah. Okay, a couple of questions coming in. How many rounds is that fight?
2 minutes.
6-2. All right. Okay, that's interesting. One guy saying Tidman hasn't got the cardio. I mean, bloody hell, it's pretty hard to have better cardio than what you just displayed.
Yeah. That was a 5.
As I said, I think his footwork going backwards isn't the best. Shaz, what can you tell us without giving away your game plan of what you think of Tidman?
So obviously, with Tidman, he's all right fight. I think he's decent. You know, he's not. I think he's a decent fighter, but I just think Jay's levels above. I honestly think Jay's levels above him, and you know, they might disagree. You know, obviously they're gonna have confidence in themselves, but the fact of the matter is, the fight's 1 week away, and we'll see. If anyone can talk, we ain't got, to be honest with us, in terms of like, you know, this build up for fight and hyping up fights. We ain't into all that, like, you know, all the talk and beforehand, this social media stuff. You know, if people want to do that, they can do that. That's down to them. But we'll let our actions in the ring do the talking. The fight's 1 week away, and you know, people will see again, like, the levels.
Yeah, love that, Shaz. So Shaz, again, I've not been to your gym, and I just love researching. This is what I do. I stalk good fighters. That's what I do. I stalk good fighters and I stalk good coaches. And I look at your gym and I think, oh, it looks like a real family feel. You've got the straps season going up on the wall. You seem like a real community feel to the gym. I will get my ass up there one day and come and see you guys for sure. I'd absolutely love that. But there has been criticism of your gym, and we must touch on that. That, you know, people saying that it's a Muay Thai gym and Jay's in the wrong spot if he wants to move forward. Does that hurt you in any way?
Not really, because, like I said, anyone can talk. You know what I mean? Everyone can talk. Everyone's got a mark. It's easy to type stuff on social media. It's easy to say stuff without having any strong basis behind it. But results talk louder than actual words.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you know, people might say that we're just a Muay Thai gym. Now, in terms of our bases, we did start as a Muay Thai gym, but we've crossed over to boxing as well. Now, in terms of my background, I started off in boxing and crossed over to Thai boxing. In terms of the gym itself, you know, we will be looking in the next couple of months to turn over to the amateurs. So there'll be a proper kind of structure for people to progress. In terms of after amateurs, you know, I've got my professional boxing license as well. So again, there'll be a proper route for all the guys to progress properly. Now, tell me, all these guys talking what they're talking, how many of them have got a similar setup where their fighters are going to be able to progress through amateurs into the professionals? There's not many that are talking that have got that same setup. So, and
are there enough good boxers for Jay to spar to be able to get himself to a level where he can compete as a professional?
So, as you know, most professional boxers won't do all their sparring in their own gyms. You know, we travel to other gyms, good gyms, good professionals, to get Jay sparring in. You know, we spar with top professionals to get Jay's sparring in. So he'll mix up rounds in the gym, but he'll also get a lot of rounds in with other boxers, very high level boxers from different gyms. And that's with most professionals. You know, most their good sparring is done at other gyms where they're traveling and getting the rounds in, and that's what we'll continue doing. You know, we'll do whatever we need to do to be prepared the best way possible for these fights. And if that means traveling to other gyms to get rounds in, you know, we'll do that. There's no issue with that. That's what we've been doing.
Yeah, you made a really cracking point that results speak for themselves. And this man here, sitting down here, is 23-0, and he's got more belts than imaginable. You know, I've lost count. I can't even count the belts that he has. You know what I mean? On my fingers and my toes. So I'd say the results has been phenomenal. And if it isn't broke, then don't fix it. You know, you can continue your own path. I know you want to upgrade.
You see what the main point of that is? See, you know what it is? Like, you see a lot of gyms here, like, if their fight is progressing, they'll forget to try to progress themselves.
Yeah.
So as a gym and as a coach, I'm always looking to progress our gym. I'm not just staying here and just staying at that same level. As my fighters are leveling up, so's our gym, so's my coaching. Do you know what I mean? It's not just a case where, you know, we're going to let our fighters level up and then not follow through. We'll do the same thing with the gym, with the coaching side of things. We'll keep leveling up. And that's the other difference with a lot of gyms. We're not going to get comfortable. We're going to keep getting better and better. And that's what we're looking to do. We know there's no room for being comfortable in this sport.
Yeah. No, that's refreshing to hear. I mean, you can't stand still in any business.
Definitely. It's all about progression.
Chaz, give us a little insight into some up-and-coming talent that you've got. I mainly want to know this so I can tap them up and get them on here for an interview. But no, what have you got coming up? Have you got anyone who's tasty that we need to know about?
we've got quite a few fighters coming through, to be honest. Quite a few. So we've got obviously, Jay Radu. You've seen them perform on the in the London show. We've got another another couple of younger lads. We've got Cash Rise. He's kind of quite big on the influencing side with TikTok and that.
Yeah. I'm already tracking him.
He's really trying to push boxing.
I told you I stalk good fighters, Chaz. I'm already on him. I need someone new.
So,
I need someone new to stalk.
We've got another lad. His name's Salah as well, actually. He's really good. I think he just turned 16. So he wanted to actually fight on that London show, but we couldn't get a match up for him.
Right.
But again, he's a real hot prospect as well. We're trying to keep him active as well.
Beautiful.
So we've got quite a few guys coming through. But we just want to, with all our fighters, we just want to keep them as active as possible. And then I think that's the best way to progress them. They can do all the work in the gym, but if they're not being active in the actual fights, they progress as quick as kind of being active. So that's what we're trying to do with all our fighters. Just keep them active, keep them out there, and see how things go.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. So, listen, thanks so much for jumping on the live. It's been brilliant catching up with you both. I'm conscious of your time, but it's been because I didn't get to catch you after the fight, Chaz. I tried to grab you. We kind of ran out of time. I didn't get to say hello properly in person, and it really bugged me actually the day after. I thought, what a fight, and I didn't get to catch up with those guys. So that's why I was very keen to get you guys on as soon as I could, so we could all have a catch up and a chat. Mali, you've been way too quiet in the last 2 minutes, so I want to know, I want a message for the rest of your division. I want a message for anyone who's your weight class.
I'm a good guy deep down, man. I don't know why these guys talk rubbish to me, man.
Yeah, but I know, but I need people to watch the channel.
I say I'm gonna knock everyone out.
There we go, baby. Thank you. No, that's absolutely brilliant. No, I'm only joking around. Listen, I love your, you're a gentleman outside the ring and a cold killer inside the ring. I mean, there was one point I think in round 4, you didn't even look like you'd been fighting. You wasn't even sweating. You know what I mean? Jesus.
I was just very calm that fight. I don't know why.
Very calm.
Even in the corner, like me and Shaz were just having a normal conversation. But that's where, like when people are panicking in the corner, like they can't hear nothing. But when it's just like a normal conversation, then you pick up stuff.
Yeah. Shaz, have you got a message to the London fans? When can we see you back? Have you got a message to the fans? You guys, between this deadly duo, you guys have picked up a lot of fans. I can tell you that from the way that you guys were absolute class acts. You turned up, put on an absolute show. I think you've captured a lot of fight fans from London. Have you got a message for those fight fans, Shaz?
Yeah. First of all, thank you to you and DKM Promotion for having us on. We appreciate all the support. After that, what I'd say to everyone, like with Jay, keep an eye on him because he's a big prospect. Like, some people, some people will hate and some people will say what they want, but I promise you, like the work rate that Jay puts in, the performance he puts in his fights, he's gonna go far. And if you keep an eye on him, you'll see him not only develop through kind of like the amateurs and so on, he'll go far as a professional boxer as well. Like I said, we've got other fighters coming through as well, like Radu, Salah, other fighters coming through as well. So keep an eye on them as well. The next show that DKM have, I think, not the March one, but the one after that, hopefully we'll get some fighters on that as well. Hopefully we'll get Radu back on that. And, every time we come, we'll be coming to, not just to kind of like win on points, we'll be coming to stop our opponents. That's the way we fight. We don't come to kind of win fights on judges' decisions. We come to stop the guys. So you'll always see a war and an entertaining fight whenever one of our fighters is involved.
So we won't see Mali fight on DKM ever again, but we will hopefully see more of your fighters. Is that what you're telling us?
Definitely. Jay's we've got to kind of try to push what Jay's long-term goal is now, and that's to turn pro and kind of really, take the pro game as much as he can, kind of far as he can. So we've got to kind of look to move on with him. So it's very, very unlikely you'll see him again on on the unlicensed scene fighting,
Yeah.
but at the same time,
Chaz, is there nothing that would change your mind on that?
do you know what it is? It's like,
Is there
gotta have a,
nothing? Like if someone said to you, look, you know what, we'll give you like half the ticket money, you know?
the main thing is, like, you gotta have a goal and you gotta push towards it, no matter what
Yeah.
kind of, you know, other options there are.
Yeah.
And for Jay to take another fight on the unlicensed scene now, it's not gonna help him get towards his goal.
Yeah.
Like, it's just.
So nothing can change your mind. He's out.
Sorry, yeah, I think he's made the decision even before I. You know, he wants to really push towards going pro now. And you know, the thing is, it's only right because, you know, the sparring that we get in with high level pros, Jay, you know, really mixes it well with them, and that's the level he's at. So it's only right that he kind of pursues his career in that direction.
Yeah.
And
Beautiful.
it's only right that I kind of like help and support him to do that. If I kind of like push fights, carry on fighting on the licensing, you know, it's all good like for entertainment and, you know, having a bit of a fun and laugh and everything, but it's not going to help where he wants to go with his career now, and we've got to really kind of work towards that to kind of make the most out of his boxing career and his kind of his talent.
Yeah, that's absolutely brilliant. Listen, I absolutely, I can listen to you guys all night. You guys love this game as much as I do. Jay, you're a brilliant fighter. Keep doing what you do. Keep batting them up. Keep stretching them out. And Chaz, as I said, like the bond between you two is beautiful to see. I don't know you that well. I want to get to know you better. But from outside looking in, the bond between you both is beautiful. You're like a family, and a happy fighter is a dangerous fighter. So we expect to see a dangerous brother next week out there against Tidman. And I hopefully, as I said, I was going to try and come to that, but I'll have to see what my schedule is. If not, I will definitely be at some more Mali fights in the future. Have a pleasant evening, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on. This isn't the last time you're coming on anyway, so I won't say too much of a goodbye.
Again, thanks for having us on, and I appreciate all your support as well. And anyone from our side that's not following Gunman already, make sure you follow him because he's got a page.
Thank you very much. And Triple M versus Radu it is then, right?
Yeah, let's make it happen. Let's make it. It'll be a very entertaining fight. Both will come to win. Both will come for a war, and we'll just see who the better man is on the night.
Respect to you both.
Take care.
You're both brilliant people and brilliant fighters and a brilliant coach. Best of luck next week.
Cheers,
Thank you, bro.
very much.
Take it easy, boys.
Take care, bro.